Welcome back, football fans. Today, we're tackling a heated debate in the NFL world. Are black quarterbacks treated unfairly? Former NFL player and analyst Ryan Clark recently claimed that Shedeur Sanders is facing criticism, not for his play, but because of the color of his skin. But is that really true? Let's break it down. Reports surfaced suggesting that Sanders was perceived as brash and arrogant during team meetings. Shedeur Sanders, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, was once projected as a potential top pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. But after the NFL Combine, his stock took a hit. Some analysts pointed to his play style, while others, including ESPN's Ryan Clark, argued that race played a factor. Clark stated,
"It's about the bravado he carries. It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned."
Clark's comments came after reports surfaced that an unnamed NFL scout described Sanders as brash and arrogant in team meetings. Some immediately linked this to the ongoing history of black quarterbacks being labeled unfairly, a sentiment shared by former QB Michael Vick, who once said, "A lot of us aren't viewed as passers, we're viewed as athletes. I think it's unfair and unfortunate." Historically, black quarterbacks were often stereotyped as physical talents rather than intellectual leaders, while their white counterparts were praised for football IQ and leadership. But let's take a step back and look at today's NFL landscape. If the league is still unfairly holding black quarterbacks back, how do we explain Patrick Mahomes? The three-time Super Bowl champion has won 3 rings and 2 MVPs, cementing himself as one of the greatest QBs of all time, and he's biracial. 2 of the best QBs, Lamar Jackson and Mahomes, the last 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, both black. If there was a systemic barrier keeping black quarterbacks from succeeding, they wouldn't be dominating the league like this. Of course, this doesn't mean racism doesn't exist. No one is saying that. But in today's NFL, teams care more about talent, decision-making, and leadership than skin color. And the truth is, Shedeur Sanders' draft stock likely dropped for a more straightforward reason: performance. His numbers last season were solid, but not spectacular, and Colorado struggled down the stretch. That matters more to teams than any narrative about race. Even Sanders himself doesn't seem too bothered. When asked about his draft stock slipping, he simply said,
"Well, everybody trying to make my stock drop right now, so who knows, man? It's fool's gold, it ain't real. Don't believe media."
He's betting on himself, just like any quarterback should. At the end of the day, the conversation about race in sports will always be complex, and there's nothing wrong with discussing it. But in this case, the idea that black quarterbacks are still treated unfairly in the modern NFL just doesn't hold up. Talent wins. And as we've seen with Mahomes, Hurts, and Jackson, if you can play, you'll get your chance. What do you think? Is Ryan Clark right? Or is this a case of overblown narratives? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL breakdowns.